Empathy, whether it's a business matter or a personal matter, we all have an image of people that we're trying to connect with in a better way, to be more present, flexible, and intuitive when we work with people. And so, one of the exercises I often use with people is this one. I'll guide you through it step by step. Basically, we're going to connect with your image of a person or a type of person that you'd like to be able to work with better. And we're going to start by getting fully embodied and connected so that we can activate more parts of the nervous system that often aren't working together for the sake of empathy. There's a lot of information within you that's sort of stored in different forms that are less conscious, and it's great when that gets all connected up with your conscious understanding and your conscious way of acting with others. So nice deep breath. Breathe at a speed that's right for you, but I would suggest they be deep breaths. Whether you like to breathe out more quickly for a quicker release, or whether you like to breathe out more slowly for the sake of more activation and reciprocal interplay in the nervous system. But keep breathing. And as you breathe at a speed that's right for you, I'm going to ask you to pay attention to the shape of your body and the space that you occupy. Chances are, if you haven't already, you're going to notice your connection with gravity as you pay attention to the gentle tug of gravity upon you. A lot of times you start getting automatic feedback from within for how your body kind of wants you to move and shift to make a little space for the processes to happen when you start to connect in this way. And to be more fully embodied, a lot of times there's a certain amount of clearing and discharge that happens. So go ahead and nice deep breath. And when I say discharge, I mean more of an energetic discharge. Sometimes there might be a little bit of shivering and shaking or some temperature changes, and that's really normal as sort of the stress load starts to release and parts start to reconnect and have more of a good interplay. Pay attention to the shape of your body, the space that you occupy, breathing. And I'm going to ask you to find what feels like the very center of you. Find what feels like it's down right in the core of you, a part connected to the other parts. If at any time during this exercise you feel some strange emotions that are beyond what you feel you can tolerate, just stop the exercise. But as long as you can tolerate it and it feels right for you, stay with it. Settle into your skin, and as your attention wanders, which sometimes it will, just bring it on back. Now, while you're settling into your skin here, I'd like you to imagine that other person that you want to connect with in a better way, whether it's an actual person or a type of person. If it's a group of people, just make some composite or representative individual over there and just imagine them. Just imagine them over there doing their own thing and not noticing you. Basically, what I'm going to invite you to do in a moment, we're not doing it yet, but I'm going to invite you to, at some point, imagine that you are coming out of your body and into theirs. And then, as them, I'm going to have you ask questions and let the answers come naturally without you forcing anything to happen. So stay in your body. Imagine that person or type of person over there. And I'd like you to imagine what seems to be the very center of them, that you can see into them and see the core of them. Now, if you're not a visualizer, if visualization is a chore, I'd like you to just pay attention to the felt sense of them, to a felt sense of their occupying space over there while you occupy space over here. On the count of three, I'll invite you to imagine that the core of you lifts up, leaving only the shell of your body, taking everything that really is you in essence with you. And one, two, three, float up out of your body. And imagine that the core of you connects or magnetizes to the core of them so that you can settle on into their skin. The core is connecting. Breathing, settling into their skin, and if your body-mind system allows you to settle in cell for cell and point for point, that's great. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way. Sometimes there's something inside you that keeps you from being able to do that. That's fine. Just settle in as deeply as you're able. And if your mind is jumping back and forth between what seems like you and what seems like them, that's fine. It still works. Just keep on breathing and keep on engaging in the process. And go ahead and ask a few questions I'll suggest. First question: as this person, what do I want? What's something that really matters to me, something that I really want? And just let the answers come without forcing anything to happen and without stopping anything from happening. No confrontation, no second guessing. Just keep letting the answers come, whether it's a single answer or whether it's multiple answers. Next question: what am I afraid of as this person? What am I afraid of? Just let the answers come. Certain answers are going to feel truer than others. It's not unusual to say something and then really to feel something else. So go ahead and just let the answers come and notice which ones feel truer. And sometimes it's okay if the answer is, I don't know. I don't even know. When the answer is, I don't know, it's okay to ask a sort of a follow-up question. If I knew, what do I think I would be afraid of? Or what do I think I would want? That's fine. In a moment, we'll ask another question. All right, go ahead and ask, as this person, what is it that would really excite me if it happened? What's something so exciting to me that I'd love it if it could happen? And if it's somebody who hasn't really been able to enjoy a feeling of excitement and there's a little pushback with that, just it's okay to ask a follow-up question like, what could I be excited about if I was able to truly feel excited? Now you may have another question that you would truly love to know. Go ahead and ask that question or that set of questions. Nice deep breaths. Now, any understanding that you've picked up or put together while you've been in here, go ahead and take it with you as the core of you and the core of that person demagnetize, and you separate. You allow your core to come back in you, taking this new understanding with you. Now, if your eyes were closed, go ahead and keep them closed. If they're open, keep them open. Just send a request to your body mind system to integrate this new understanding in you so that you're able to connect in a new way with this person or this type of person. And ask the body mind system as soon as the connection is complete to give you a feeling of refreshment. And if your eyes are closed, that your body mind system will push the eyes open for you, involving the motor parts of the brain. And this is it helps with the interconnection work that you're doing here. And just asking for what is often called an idiomotor signal, whether it's to push your eyes open or just give you a feeling of refreshment as you come to a more outer directed awareness. This helps with the collaborative efforts between the thinking part of the brain, the what we often call the neocortical part of the brain, and then the subcortical parts of the nervous system that handles a lot of things on a more automatic and non-conscious level. Let yourself come back to a more outer directed awareness, and if for any reason you feel a little bit woozy, just feel things and name them in your mind. Take some deep breaths, look around, get yourself grounded, and I hope that you found this exercise useful.